How long has it been since you've gone outdoors?
How long has it been since you've traveled?
It's time to travel.
Welcome aboard, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard GPDN Airlines. Flight number ER0927, the online program of the World Tourism Day. My name is Emily, the chairperson of today. In order to ensure the smooth podcast and the program, please use your computer, cell phone, tables, and other electronic devices as much as possible to watch the program throughout the flight. The program will be start soon, and the flight attendants will be conduct a safety check. Please be seated, fasten your seatbelt. I would like to thank you for flying with us. Please relax and enjoy your flight. Do you know how our flight number 0927 came about? It's September 27th World Tourism Day, one of my favorite international days. I have been working as a flight attendant for 20 years. For my work and the travels are inseparable. Because of my job, I have been to many countries and cities, exploring different cuisine and experience different cultures. However, it's been almost 3 years since the epidemic started, and I have been unable to travel for a long time. I missed the Thai hot pot, Tom Yum Goong, and the Paris dessert, and Japanese ramen. Today, we will be taking you to travel around Asia, America, and Europe. Let's see what this trip will bring to us. Hello everyone, we are about land in Taiwan, and our tour guide James Zhang has been working in the travels industry for his whole life. Let's listen what he has to share.
Hello, welcome to Taiwan. I'm James Zhang, Chinese name Zhang Mingshi. I'm from Taiwan. La Formosa, the beautiful island. I'm a tour manager. I'm also a tour guide. I've been involved in this business for a period of long time. I love my job. This is also a good job for me, not only support my life, my family, all I needed. Also, from this job, from this career, I explore the world. I see the world. I travel to the whole, almost the globe, the whole area, every corner of 5 continents. As a tour manager, I took all Taiwanese people, travel to many areas, to many countries around the world. From there, we brought back all the beautiful things from each corner of the world back to Formosa, Taiwan. When I reached to the age of 60, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 82 now. Of course, physically, I'm getting weak. So, about 20 years ago, I changed my career from outbound tour to inbound tour. It means I should not travel abroad frequently with my people. Instead, I welcome all the international guests from harbor, from the airport. Among the experience I learned from my tour, from my guests, I learned so many things from them. Not professional knowledge, but also how to live well, how to live with happiness. So every day when I'm at work, I always appreciate my job. I also very appreciate the opportunity and the people with me.
I admire Mr. Zhang. I can see how much he enjoys his work for fun, even as 80 years old. He's still living a healthy and a happy life. Next, we will be flying to the America. Some people enjoy a luxury hotel. Some people like a novel food. And some people want to elevate their mind through the traveling. Why do you like to travel? Let's hear what the Jenny, Catherine, and Sarah have to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenny and I work in the public elementary education sector. I love to travel. As a matter of fact, I'm on a returning cruise trip from Mexico right now. There's so many wonderful things about traveling. It makes me work harder. As I start to plan a trip, I also have to plan ahead about the work that I need to complete before taking the trip. I would need to plan to save up financially for the trip expenses. It gives me a goal to work for. Along the trip, I get to see that how things are done differently could affect greatly the outcome. For example, when we docked at the port, I saw that the nicely established infrastructure attracted crowds of tourists and brought up the economy in the surrounding areas. But not so much at another port where accommodations were not as nicely provided. I also saw beautiful seawater reflecting the clear and blue sky, but at another beach, waves of plastic bottles and trash were washed to shore. It reminds me that there are still a lot that we need to work on to protect our only one shared planet. The most wonderful experience that I have about traveling is that I get to make friends with people from diverse backgrounds, talk to them, and listen to their stories. Their stories often inspire me and make me appreciate life even more. Those friends who went on the same ziplining excursion with me encouraged me over and over when I got so scared of sliding down the cable. Eventually, I was able to finish all 15 sections of sliding, all because of their support. I would like to introduce you to two amazing friends that I made on the trip, Sarah and Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm from Wisconsin and I love to travel with my friend.
Hi, I'm Sarah, also from Wisconsin. We love traveling together. I am a customer success manager for a software company.
And I work in real estate back in our home state of Wisconsin.
And before we came on this cruise back in March, we went to Spain together and had an absolutely fantastic time. I think probably my favorite part was we did horseback riding in the mountains up to an ancient monastery from the 11th century. And it was probably the most amazing experience.
One of my favorite things about traveling in general is just going and seeing other people and cultures' history. Like, I'm a history nerd, so like going to Barcelona and seeing like the ancient city and the beautiful art. But then also like when I went to England, like seeing Stonehenge, or like when in Rome, going to the Colosseum, like that ancient side of things and cultures like really intrigues me.
We definitely find that travel enriches our lives. And makes us better people in the long run, and we're able to get along with people from all countries and cultures, and we absolutely love that.
And the food.
That's right,
new food. Yeah,
food's important.
Yes, food is very important. Trying other cultures' food and food that we wouldn't usually get where we live. So we love to eat and see new things, make memories.
Can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Wow, now I can wait to start packing and go on a trip. Working for the airline, I've been to more than 20 cities and visit almost every corner of the world and have eaten all kinds of the food. I start to enjoy the baking and cooking and want to learn to cook all kinds of the food and share with my family and friends so that they can also experience the different food from a different place and share the feeling of the traveling together. Let me introduce you today's in-flight meal. It is a French dessert on candlelight that I make for you. It's crispy outside and soft inside with the aromas of the wine and vanilla. And it is the favorite York past of the Chinese people and the Mid-Autumn Festival. The outside core is crispy and the inner filling is filled with a delicate and fragrant red bean paste. Also, the salted egg yolk is tasty.
Take a bit of the whole piece and taste the crunchiness, sweetness, and the softness in a balanced condition.
Which one do you like? You may leave a comment below to the information of flight attendants. Next, we will be landing in Nepal, a country that has many backpack and hiking yearn sport, with an ancient and mysterious vale. It is a chaotic and elegant city. Let's go with the Bob to explore.
Namaste, I'm Bobby, living in Taiwan for over 2 decades, but originally from Nepal, which is a landlocked country sandwiched between the 2 giant nations, China to the north and India to the south, east and west. I'm a teacher and have been in the profession for around 25 years. I'm a foodie, love cooking, traveling, listening to music, watching movies, writing poems, etc. I was born in Swayambhu, Kathmandu, which is well known for the oldest stupa in the world, dating back to the 15th century. It's a Buddhist pilgrimage, a UNESCO heritage site. Swayambhu, which is also known as Monkey Temple and stands atop a hill with a spectacular view and is 365 steps up from the main gate. People travel. Each one has his or her own taste, choice, purpose, perspective. We define traveling in our own ways, its advantages impacting our life, thoughts, the way of looking at things, and so on and so forth. As for me, traveling is an essential part of our lives. We deserve to take a little break from the hustle-bustle schedule of our everyday life. It broadens our ways of looking at life, exposes us to different people, cultures, traditions, values, and nature. All these eventually builds on our creativity, brings peace of mind and eternal happiness. We start to adapt ourselves to the new environment. It allows us to see, hear, feel, taste, and try out new things that adds to our experience. We discover, we explore, we learn, we share, and release our stress. So every now and then, we should crack out of our shells to realize what heaven is our earth. Traveling now and then, far or near, with your family, friends, and those close to your heart, all adds up to your sweet memoirs, giving you the satisfaction and happiness. There are uncountable places I long to visit in my bucket list, but as of now, heading home to my parents, friends, and my motherland at least once a year is my top priority. Kathmandu, where I belong to itself, has 7 UNESCO heritage sites, and I'm blessed. Kathmandu has a lot to offer. Sites that host the cultural, traditional, historical importance and the festivities all throughout the year. The skills of Nepalese craftsmen will be spotted everywhere. The monuments, the temples, shrines, and the ancient buildings. For foodies, you shall savor the tempting, never seen or tasted cuisines. Pokhara, on the other hand, which is approximately 225 kilometers away from Kathmandu, welcomes you for the panoramic sights of the mountains so close. It offers you extreme sports like bungee jumping, paragliding, zip line, rafting, canoeing, trekking, and boating. In 2019, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the class of 1989 from an elite UK-funded national boarding school arranged the second grand reunion at Assam Cascade, 20 kilometers up the hill. It was massive, fun, exotic, quiet, peaceful, and had a spectacular view of Mount so close, and it surely was breathtaking. It definitely was heaven on earth. The presence of half the batchmates added to the gathering of the millennium. That brotherly bonding was still as strong as it was during our school days. You could say it was as if an enormous extended family. Campfires, singing, dancing, drinking, eating, talking about our good old days kept on going for 3 days and 2 nights, but no one was tired yet. But still fresh and energetic for many more days to carry on. However, it was time to part our ways back to our normal lives, promising to have such an amazing get-together time and time again. We bade farewell to each other, and we knew we were a single soul dwelling in different bodies. We had love and respect for each other, and of course, heart-to-heart connection. Just can't wait for the next reunion. Thank you all for having patience to listen to my side of the story. Namaste once again.
Thank you, Bob, for sharing. I agree with the memory for the travel can give us the energy to deal with a challenge in the future. And every time we are apart, we look forward to the next time we met. Next is our duty-free art appreciation time. If you are interested, please subscribe, like, and turn on the little bell. Let's listen to the Lisha introduction.
Hello everyone, I'm Lisha Tsai, an international volunteer for the United Nations and a Dutch citizen who was born in Taiwan. I've lived in Asia, America, and Europe, and have visited 30 countries so far. I guess everyone feels the same way I do when it comes to travel. My pulse races, my eyes light up, and I begin to fantasize about the trip the moment I learn about the new travel opportunity. My entire body starts to unwind like a bird that has just been set free from the cage. For me, the aspect of travel that involves culture exchange is the most fascinating. Culture exchange is the most effective tool for overcoming stereotyped beliefs and ways of living, since different cultures will interpret and handle the same issue differently. I'm a freedom-loving, creative, inspired, and breakthrough individual who constantly aspires to liberate myself from the internal and external limitations and restraints from my routine thoughts. I enjoy learning about other cultures, and because I'm familiar with their cultures and can relate to their viewpoints, I find it simple to make acquaintances during my trip. This mindset also fits in extremely well with my goal as a United Nations volunteer to spread love and peace throughout the world, regardless of race, language, color, or religious conviction. Every time I travel, I like to gain a feel for the local way of life and culture. I appreciate paying close attention to the local art, culture, history, and architecture in detail, since I personally prefer decorative painting. My traveling experiences serve as inspiration for my paintings. For instance, the Swedish Dara horse on the welcome board that you see in the video was my creation after my visit to Sweden. After traveling to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, I began to adopt the local farmer's elves style. My inspiration for the wedding present I made for my Spanish friend came from the original hues of Portugal, Spain, and Italy. I fell in love with the lavish, gold-framed Russian Rostofel painting style when I was in St. Petersburg. I adore the lovely history of how the Norwegian immigrants to the United States have continued the painting tradition of their ancestors. The Netherlands, where I currently reside, is a world leader in the sale of gorgeous flowers, and since the 17th century, it has faithfully captured all of its beautiful blooms in its renowned traditional Andelopen and Ascendelt painting styles. My paintings serve as a sort of trip and life journal. I'm glad to have this opportunity to share with you my precious travel memories through my paintings. Hope you enjoy them. Thank you.
Thanks to Alicia for the talking with us around the Europe with her beautiful paintings. It was a feast for the eyes and aesthetic. The world is so big. The more you will see, the smaller you think yourself are. One of my teachers once shared with me that when you look at the problems you are dealing with, you have to look down from the above. Just like when you are flying in the plane, the problem becomes smaller and smaller, and there are still other corners of the world that we should care about. The war between Russia and Ukraine is still going on. Different diseases are still spreading, and there are so many signs that remind us that the environment is deteriorating. We will be following Nana as she travels to the sweetness. Take a break from the work to the volunteer and raise awareness of the importance of the love and peace.
I was born in Myanmar and now living in Los Angeles, California, USA. I also volunteer for the Federation of World Peace and Love, known as FOPAL. This year, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to travel to Sweden for cultural exchanges meeting with friends from all over the world from May 30th to June 4th. We were overjoyed to have such a meaningful journey. On June 2nd to 3rd, the United Nations hosted the Stockholm Plus 50 International Environmental Conference in Sweden, a summit held once every 10 years. The conference theme this year is A Healthy Planet for the Opportunity of All, Our Responsibility, Our Opportunity. Among the activities related to the conference, there was an online and physical conference with the theme of how to apply conscious education and exchange conscience-based solutions to foster responsible world citizens to accelerate ecosystem restoration. FOPAL was one of the organizers. During the meeting, UN officials, youth, NGO leaders from various countries discussed the connection between conscience and environmental sustainability. In the conference, one of participants, Dr. Aldo Manos, a former director of United Nations Environment Programming, said that conscience is the essence of environmental protection. Without it, there would be no protection and no way to understand how important nature is to us and how connect with the world and the people around us. Our planet is currently on fire. People in my hometown of Myanmar are fearful and anxious because the consciences of leaders and people in power have not been awakened. The Russian-Ukrainian war, the spread of COVID-19 throughout the world, the civil wars in many African countries turned the world upside down. People all over the world are unable to live in peace. I am reminded of an elder who said that it is not good enough for one person to be good, but for more people to be good. This way, we can unite and work together to protect the earth which we live on. As a result, I am delighted to share the importance of conscience with everyone I met. I hope that everyone will be able to return to their hometown to establish a culture of love, peace, and conscience as soon as possible. After the conference, we went sightseeing. We sang sweet songs together and wished to love and peace through our songs. Many tourists joined us in singing and dancing in a big circle, and we all had a great time. We made friends with conference participants, important figures from the United Nations, environmental ministers, and protectionists, people on the plane, at the airport, and at the hotel. We have become good friends. We helped each other and discussed and exchanged important issues of sustainable development, hoping to make the world a better place. I admired a young lady, Friza Yehayis, a human rights defender and Ethiopian, her willingness to fight for the rights of her country. We exchanged our phone numbers and email addresses. I also had made a few friends that I would keep in touch with when I returned to my country. Sharing information about our organization with them, these travel experiences leave me with unforgettable memories.
Thank you, Nana, for sharing. So, what does travel mean to you? I remember at the beginning of the epidemic, there was lockdowns all around the world. People was less likely to travel, but some would almost go out traveling. Now, when you are able to go out again, don't forget to take care of the earth. Protect the environment is also an important element in the traveling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to airport. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the end of this online program. At this time, you may use your cell phone to subscribe, like, and share it, so that we can bring more friends to travel and love with us together. On behalf of the GPDN Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to see you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.